Venice for a little while. So.
Hey, we had a decent audience for the gaming that you were doing, Drew, and some people hanging out during the.
If Twitch wouldn't have fucking shit
during Halo,
until Twitch took a shit and then no one came back.
Yeah, Twitch did fall apart. I think people left for the day after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Twitch went down. Twitch went down after your stream, dude.
Oh, shit.
You broke Twitch.
I did. It was too awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. I really want to know. All right. Let me see. I put the link on the Facebook group. Now I'm going to put it out here.
1 more hour, Nikki. Oh, no. 2 more hours.
Oh, no. Oh.
Yeah, I probably won't be on the whole podcast, guys. But I'll let you know.
That's all good. It's whatever. This is.
What are we doing after the show? Anything?
Yeah, sure. Hopefully. Just some playing with people.
I might be able to make it.
Video game.
If I don't get drawn away to something else or Dragon Ball.
How's that?
Fucker.
Let me tell you something about that game.
For some Dragon Ball.
Is it?
The game's fucking amazing.
I was watching someone stream it. I forget who. Like King Glythan or
Word.
Cathalion.
No, it's super fucking great.
Did you bring Dog back? We're not recording yet, but.
We're live though.
Bitch.
Just so you know.
No, are we? Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's neat.
Apparently we're live though.
Did I tell you that the other day when we went live, the person in the chat was like, "What the fuck are you guys talking about?"
Yeah. You said somebody stopped by your channel. I was like, "What is even happening right now?"
Yeah, I was like, "Dude, we're about to start. Relax."
Yeah.
That's the best shit. This is the best shit right here.
We got that good shit.
All right, I got some more links to drop. Get the fuck in here.
How do you just randomly drop by a channel and have no clue what it is anyway?
I don't know, dude.
Like a.
It happens, though.
Probably someone from Unlocked or some stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
Some stupid shit like Unlocked.
Once you're here anyways, fuck out. That doesn't go for anybody that might be here from Unlocked.
We don't have anybody listening or watching. Really,
No one's there. I think we all started on Unlocked though.
We did.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
You're like, these guys are stupid.
That's how I met Drew.
Right. That's how we all started.
That's
how
how
Rated started.
I
We'll
followed over the
tell that
original
story.
group from Unlocked and unsubscribed to Unlock.
We'll tell that story here shortly. I'm just dropping stuff. One and Unlocked.
I wish you had the
Beyond.
original YouTube upload from the first show, because I'm pretty sure I'm the first comment on the first show.
I have it. Yeah, it's on my channel.
Check and see. I'm pretty sure I made the very first comment on the YouTube show after you archived it.
Oh, hang in there.
I won't do it right now, but I'll do it later.
Well, yeah, that's fine.
Look at that dog.
Look at that dog.
This whole show's been derailed. I'm all about that dog now.
I know. I fucking missed her all day, man. Streaming with you guys. What?
What do you got?
My mother-in-law's fostering our dog while we live in this house.
King on Thrones. All right.
Okay.
All right. I tweeted something. Everybody go retweet that shit.
Okay, hang on.
I have a Twitters.
I didn't see it pop up on my telephone.
Telefono.
My telephone piece. My telephone piece.
Seeing to me.
Alright, I'm gonna eat some fucking pizza on the podcast. Yeah, no, everybody loves watching people eat food, right?
God damn it.
My tagline for my label down here was pizza power or some shit a second ago.
No, it's Time Wizard.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's Time Wizard.
Pizza power.
I am so fucking hungry. Okay.
Pizza dude's got 30 seconds.
Yeah.
That was great.
All right.
The
how many
Vodafone's
people-
a name.
What did he say in that scene? It was like forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for
The
pizza.
wise man
Yeah.
said
Late
forgiveness is
pizza, yeah.
divine. Never pay full price for late pizza.
You should have seen the dude that dropped
Donatello.
pizza off today. Because they put that, because I ordered online, so they put that tip in there automatically. And then
that's
if you
bullshit.
tip, you'll tip again, technically. So the dude came up and like handed me my soda, and I was like, thanks. And then he went to go give me my pizza, and he was like, 50 full. Wait a minute, this is all wrong. And he was looking through all these receipts, and he was like, oh, I got the wrong shit, and didn't even look up at me and just walked away.
Damn.
And then he came back, and I opened the door, and he gave me my pizza, and I saw it was like 0. Handed it back to him. I was like, hey, thanks, man. He was like, yeah, okay. I just shut the door in his face. I was like, you already got a tip.
I'm just noticing now that my
Steph.
social network channels did not tweet that I was going live when I did. Oh well.
How dare it.
I know. What the fuck?
All right, we got a couple viewers. Hey, everybody.
Hey.
What's up? We're
What's
getting
up,
started here
guys?
shortly.
Hello.
Hey.
On Twitch?
Where-
I don't even show a Twitch stream up.
We're not on Twitch,
Okay,
bro.
okay, all right, cool.
Oh, we're not. I thought you were.
I
I thought you were
confused.
twitching.
No,
That's
this,
what I thought we were talking
this
about,
goes to the YouTube channel, to my YouTube channel. And then
Oh,
we'll
all
take
right.
it down, we'll move it over, we'll put it on the Radio podcast.
Okay.
Oh, hi,
Oh
peeps.
shit. Okay. You know what I could have done? I guess thinking about it now is I could have just brought up the Google Chat
Noise.
and then
Using OBS?
and streamed that screen. Yeah.
that was what I was trying to tell you to do, and you're like, I can't do it. And I was like, all right, well, fuck
Shit. Yeah. But I was drinking a lot of beers on an empty stomach today, man.
it. I definitely called that too. I was like, I think he's drinking on an empty stomach because you went from like,
Yo,
all right,
guys,
we're gonna start the show to like,
I just tried to get to Drew's Twitter real easy by just like searching Drucifer, right, to bring it up, and I was like Drucifer, that's who I want. And I clicked on it, and I actually just realized I clicked on somebody else named Drucifer, and he's got the weirdest fucking profile pic. Drucifer.
He actually typed
Let's see it.
Lucifer.
Let's
There's
see.
there's competition out there. I don't know if you can see this. Let's
Oh, hold on, let me
get in there.
Nice.
Where is it?
There you go.
You see that? You
Oh,
can
I
get
like
it.
it. The mustache. That's a good mustache.
He's got a red beard.
Drew doesn't have any of the facials. We already went over that.
People think I have red hair because of some of my profile pictures, and I'm like, I think it's filters. You're fucking crazy. I don't have red
It's
hair.
strawberry blonde, guys.
Yeah.
Calibrate your
I
money.
paid a lot of money for this hair. All right. Well, so we had like 4 people watching. Now we have 2. I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's
They're like,
that's
"Fuck
because
this."
I promised them I would eat food on air, and I wasn't. And now they
They were
left.
like, fuck this.
Where's the follow through?
All right. So why don't we go ahead and get this thing started? Let me fucking. I wish I had my mouse. It's too late. It's too late for that.
Yep.
Can't go back. Fucking Rory. I was like, wait, where did Rory go? All right.
I'm here.
Chowing,
I'm
man.
here. I was a little dark. I'm a little dark. Yeah, I wanted to open my blinds a bit, but that ain't helping.
Put some more Christmas lights
so-
up.
So real quick, I was
I'll be back.
thinking about Bill, and I guess Brandon, you're technically here from Smartwatch. Like, what do you think about putting this up on the other feeds, like throwing it on all of everybody's iTunes?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
All right, cool. It's good.
Tell Caleb
The
you
more
wanted to
people
hear,
that
but
can-
we didn't hear from him.
You read the better.
Yeah. All right. What's up, everybody? This is Rated M for Podcast, your new favorite video game podcast, part of the Rated M Gaming Network, and it is 1 year later. Celebrations. Where's my gong?
Where's the
dude,
gong?
Alex.
I don't have
Alex.
it. I don't have it.
Fail!
Yeah, there it is.
I'm your host, Drew, and joining me today, oh, by the way, today is, and I'll check it for old time's sake, March 8th, 2015, which I don't know if it was March 8th, but it was March 8th. Was that a Sunday? Rory, do you remember? All right, I'll let you eat your food. I'm your host, Drew. Joining me today, as usual, is Alex.
What? No.
Rory's eating.
Out of order.
Rory's
I
eating.
know this.
Stop it. Stop.
See his face. He's got food in it.
Oh, well.
What's up,
Hey, guys.
everybody?
What's
I'm
going
Rory.
on?
Welcome to Rated Ever Podcast. 1 year anniversary. Woo!
Jesus Christ. Yeah, so Rory is with me, Alex is with me, and then we are also joined by Phil Stella from Gaming on Thrones. What's up, Phil?
Hi, everybody.
Hello. You has no accent.
I like your face. You have
No,
face.
not accent.
Dr. Nick. Dr. Nick.
And we're also joined by Brandon from Smartwatch. What's up, Brandon?
What's going on, guys?
Yo.
And we've been doing a bunch of shit today. We played some shit on Twitch. I played a bunch of shit like for hours and hours. And we had a live show with Rory, which was entertaining to say the least. Hopefully that'll be up on our YouTube also. We're doing this live. We're doing this live from Google Hangouts, so you should be watching this on YouTube. If you're not, you're hearing it later after Alex does his magic ninja wizard shit and puts it up on the internets. But we're just doing a celebration, bitches, and we're gonna be talking about the past year of podcasting and video games, and then maybe like what we want to do in the next year of our lives when we grow up and make more podcasts, and then we'll get the fuck out of here. So first of all, why don't we do this like we always do and start off with what you playing? Brandon, what you playing?
Oh man, you know what? I picked up some Titanfall this last week and have been killing it, and I'm loving playing Titanfall again. Other than that, dabbled in Destiny, but you know, Titanfall, I regen to 8, and since I've kind of got my hooks back in it. So,
wait, so you've regened like 7 times?
7 times, so I'm on 8 now.
Fuck you.
Brandon, may I say, excellent backdrop, my friend. I love the Han Solo and Carbonite. There's a lot of good stuff going on there, but the Han Solo and Carbonite, it was like, all right.
That's a loot crate item right there.
And then he's got the Return of the Jedi poster back there.
I don't even need to get out of arm's reach. I've got my own little Han Solo and Carbonite right here.
Dude,
is that the card holder
right now? But I'm not gonna go to my bathroom. I have a shower curtain.
Hell yeah!
What?
That's incredible.
Carbonite shower curtain?
What's it like being single, guys?
It's fucking awesome.
For the record, my girlfriend has been cowering in the bedroom and at our mom's house all day. 12 hours of streaming. What the?
we all thank our lovely ladies to help us and get us to where we are today.
Indeed.
So I just want to point out the best thing in Brandon's background is obviously the Halo 2 poster or the Halo 3 poster. Is that Halo 3 or Halo 2?
Right there.
I think it's for Halo 3.
I think that's a Halo 3.
Yeah, because that's a Spartan laser in the background. Yeah.
Get out of here. If you don't think Han Solo and the Carbonite is the best thing on that wall, then get out.
If it's not Han Solo or that Leonardo money, then get out.
I'm
a fan of my Mal Reynolds.
Oh,
nice.
That takes the cake. I would literally buy that from you.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, why don't we keep it going?
You can't afford it, Alex.
Phil, what you been playing this week, dude?
Man, I've been playing a bunch of shit. I've been playing Titanfall again because we had that tournament and we got our fucking faces wiped.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you did. We fucking took a shit on the sidewalk, then we put your face in it.
Yeah.
The only official game that has taken place in that tournament, by the way.
I know.
Come on, Rated M, pick it up.
And I've been back into some Halo, good times. Dragon Age Inquisition. I've been dabbling in that a little bit. Nice. So I've been all over the place. But it's good times, man.
Nice. Alex, what you been up to this week, dude?
Bro.
God, let me tell you, man. Let me tell you.
So I got into Titanfall a little bit, trying to prep up for this Rated M tournament. I hadn't played since like the first month that it launched, so a little bit rusty. Well, like mega rusty.
Mega rust.
On Xbox now, so also like it's a totally different game playing with the controller.
Yeah, you're a PC player, right?
Yeah. But it's cool. I liked it. I had fun. Might try to get on some of that tonight. And then last night I took a weird leap, and my kids were asking me about Dragon Ball Z, and then I started thinking about it. I was like, oh yeah, that game came out, whatever. So went ahead and downloaded that on Steam. Dragon Ball Xenoverse. That game, incredible. You get to make your own character. You get to run through iconic fights. It's like RPG elements to it. You level up and get equipment. Oh, it's crazy.
This Dragon Ball Z fight, it's still a fighting game, right?
Yeah, it's like a stage. You get a stage and you can fly up, down, left, right, everywhere. It's a world and you just fly around. It's kind of like arcadey fighting game.
It kind of looked like it had a little Smash Brothers feel to it with Dragon Ball.
It's really fast.
I imagine it like the last scene of Indigo Prophecy, but with Dragon Ball Z characters. It's like you're just like floating in the air, fucking.
Pretty much, yeah.
Nobody got to the last stage but you.
Wow, it was a good game. It was a good game, guys. You guys missed out.
Only man.
I got stuck in that dream sequence where you're like back in like World War II or whatever, and you're like sneaking around on the base, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is happening right now. That's like
that was in Heavy Rain, wasn't the secret base thing in Heavy Rain, or was that Indigo?
I never played Heavy Rain. So yeah.
Okay.
So Alex,
Yes.
Are you playing with your kids or just showing them Dragon Ball? Or how's that going?
Well, so they're like super into Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. Have been for a couple of years, and they were asking me about one of the sagas because they haven't seen the entirety of the series. So they were like,
There
hey,
are only like 8, and there's like 60 years of Dragon Ball.
exactly. So they're like, hey man, when are you gonna get us that Boo saga? And I'm like, dude, don't worry, it's coming.
How do you not start with Boo?
Yeah. So, but the game's really cool because it has local co-op, and I'm sitting here, I'm playing on Steam. I'm not playing on my Xbox or anything. So I was like, local co-op? How's that gonna work?
Huh.
It's built into where there's like a really easy to navigate menu system where you can navigate to it and set up like player 2 controls.
Sweet.
And they can use the mouse and keyboard if you want, which actually controls fairly well, but I'm using a 360 controller.
Yeah.
Or you could just plug in another controller to any USB port, and it automatically picks it up and automatically assigns it. So I could play like couch co-op on my PC, which is kind of cool. And there's like a massive online because it's got like a Destiny hub city, and you can like team up with people and go on missions that way, and you can like fight competitively against people. It's a really robust game for a DBZ game. It's pretty great.
Sweet. Robust. Anything else?
Now, well, I mean, like standards, like Majora's, like my handheld stuff is gonna be the same until another big blockbuster comes. So like a lot of Majora's Mask, a lot of Monster Hunter, but yeah.
Sweet. Rory, what you been playing, man?
I finally finished Dying Light. It took me fucking forever, just because I've been bouncing around, busy at work and bouncing around some other games trying to complete them. But damn, I fucking that game was really, really awesome. My main complaint to it after finishing it was just like another game recently that dropped, Shadow of Mordor. It just it built up, right? It had this great build up. And you're kicking ass throughout the game, and you're getting better and better and better, and then you get to the final boss of it, and it's a quick time event. And you're like, oh, okay. Even the last few minutes, leading up to it, it's one of the most intense moments in the games. And I think Brandon was there watching me finish it. And it's you're running, and it's this crazy platforming shit. You got a bunch of dudes chasing after you, zombies, everything that you've built up to. It's this really intense 15, 20 minutes chase out of the fucking sewers in the city, and you climb this building, which is harrowing. It's intense just to climb this thing, and you get to the top, and it literally is a 2-minute QuickTime event, essentially, and then it's over, and you're like, god damn, guys, all this building up, leveling, all of this for naught. It just was totally pointless at the end of the game for the last boss. But I mean, not to take away from the game though. I mean, I put in not a ton of hours, 30 hours, I think, roughly 28 hours to finish the campaign, just do a few side missions. There are numerous things to do that I haven't done. There's lots of things and areas to explore that I haven't explored yet. And I can, wholeheartedly and honestly say, I recommend this game. It's a good game. It's an 8.5 out of 10 for me. I think if you're into games like Dead Island, zombie games in general, open world games, games that allow you to upgrade and tweak your weapons to a certain extent, it could be up your alley, and it's worth looking into for sure. Just the ending, that final boss, good God. Good God. But other than that, great game.
I think it's a little long. Is it a little long for you? Yeah, no, I mean, you took forever to beat it, or is there just a lot there?
No. It took me the amount of time it did as far as day count go, just simply not being able to put in the time. But at the end of the day, under 30 hours, you could do it faster. I think it's paced well. I didn't really have any moments where I was as much as I loved Alien Isolation, and 3/4 of the way through the game, there was a moment where it's you could probably cut out a few hours from this game. I didn't really feel like that from Dying Light because it's so open. You can spend as much time as you want not doing missions, or you could just pinpoint and go through a narrow focus and pound through the campaign no problem. But I didn't have a problem with the length of the game at all. Honestly, I thought the pacing of it was good. The side missions were interesting enough that I would want to do more of them, and the main campaign itself had a decent story as well. But yeah, I don't know, solid game. I didn't have a problem with the pacing of it or the length of it.
Nice. So that's what she said. So I wanted to say
that is what she said.
Quite a bit lately, but the thing that I played that I really want to talk about is Halo is fixed. Halo works. You can play Halo now on the internet. When I say it's fixed, I mean we can play competitive. We were playing a ton of custom games. In fact, last night I played the night before last, I played 7 hours straight of online multiplayer custom games with Podcast Evolved, and that was fantastic. I mean, we played.
That's crazy. 7 hours.
Yeah, dude. Dozens of people. They just met all kinds of people. It was a lot of fun. We played with DJ's old school Halo Clan TTL. Shout outs to TTL. What's up, guys? Played with the Podtacular guys. I mean, it was just nuts. I was fucking exhausted by the end of the day. I was like actually happy to go to work the next day and just kind of walk around and see people because I was just sitting here at my fucking couch for 7 hours. I haven't done anything like that in months. So that was great. So it works. The only thing it doesn't work though, and I'm trying to think of who I tried this with. Brandon, was it you that we tried Spartan Ops? Were you with us? For
No.
that? Me and a couple
wasn't.
people. I can't remember who. We tried Spartan Ops. Brad, Guardian Updates. Me, Brad, and somebody else. We did Spartan Ops, and fuck, like that was just horrible. As soon as we spawned, we just started moving around, and everything was just like we all got into a vehicle and it exploded because we didn't know what was going on. We had no idea where we were. So that was pretty bad. And then also any of the campaign co-op is just don't even try it. Everybody kept asking me when I was streaming today. So as far as what I've been playing, I played Far Cry 4, GTA 5, Halo 3, all the Halos multiplayer. And then what else did I do today? I played something else. Destiny, that was a fail because there was just like nobody was on. There was nothing happening. It was a waste of time. And what am I working? Oh yeah, I'm just working on Far Cry 4. That Far Cry 4. So I've seen a lot of people react to Far Cry 4 as far as like they can't get into it like they did with Far Cry 3, and I don't think that's the game's fault. I just think that Far Cry 3 was so fresh when it came out. Even though it did the Ubisoft thing where you climb on top of something and now you can see everybody and then you go kill everybody. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like Far Cry 4 is just a like much more polished version of Far Cry 3, and if I hadn't put like forever and a day into Far Cry 3 already, this game would be just fucking blowing my mind because it solved a lot of problems. One of the problems with Far Cry 3 was when you take out all the bases, right? Like there's just no enemies to kill. But then you can go retake the bases if you want, or enemies can like take over bases or at least assault bases. I don't know if you lose them or not, but the world feels much more alive that way.
Yeah, so I haven't played a Far Cry game since the first Far Cry.
You watched us play Far Cry.
Dude, I watched some Far Cry earlier. So Drew was like stealing heroin from African people. I
don't even pay attention. When you loot people, you don't even pay attention to what pops up. And you were like, "Is that a heroin thing?" I was like, "What?"
I was like, "Heroin ration?" Like, first off, they're rationing their smack. Like, that's amazing. Second, like, wolves are attacking him, and the dude he like punches a wolf that's like lodged on his like, femur, and I just like, this game's ridiculous. He was fighting.
Did you see me like digging shit out of my arm?
Once. Yeah, it's fucking like every 2 seconds, the dude's wrapping himself up like some sort of like vicious mummy. Like it was the.
You call it a mummy simulator?
Mummy simulator 2014.
Can you open the Hangout to be public for everybody?
It's if they get the this URL at the top of the screen, I think they can join.
Oh, okay, where is that? I'm looking for it.
So the window itself.
Yeah, it'll be
you like open the window at the top. There's a Hangout. There's like plus.google.com/hangout/ blah blah blah.
Yeah. Okay.
If you link that to somebody, they should be able to join.
Okay. Continue.
It was a lot of fun. Like after having played so much Far Cry, I'm just used to things that are just fucking batshit bananas. Like I'm just like, oh, I'm sneaking up on this guy, and I hear like an eagle, and I'm like, oh, I gotta fight this eagle. Oh, and when I was in the Himalayas, and I was like being attacked by a tiger, and an eagle was circling, and I was just like, get the fuck out of here.
There was a bear in a cave. Like he like okay, so Drew walks into a cave, dude. Right, and it's like, and it's all like, you know, he's got one small spotlight in front of him. And he's creeping real quietly, and he's like. He's over Twitch. He's like, man, I really hope there's not a bear in this cave. And turns the corner, there's a fucking bear in the cave. And I'm like, just give the bear the heroin. That's all he wants.
Dude, that was so much fun.
I have to buy that game. I swear, it looks so amazing. I would have the best time.
I'm one of those people, Drew, where like I petered out a little bit on it, and I haven't finished it. I got to go back to finish it. But I got to admit, watching you stream it a little bit today, I was like, all right, I think I'm ready to get back into Far Cry.
It's a lot of fun. So what I was gonna say was like having Alex watch from like a perspective of like, you know, what the fuck is all this? Like having already played so much when it comes to looting people, and you see like Dirty Magazine or like Severed Doll Head or
There's
like
porn?
heroin thing. Well, no, I just mean when you loot stuff, it says funny things because you know the developers are like, "What are you gonna get off of this guy? Who cares? You know, it's just stuff you can sell. It's all junk." I don't even pay attention to it. So he like pointed it out, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that." So I feel like Rory, with us who have already played this game quite a bit, you almost get, it's kind of like with Call of Duty. Like you don't even think about what's happening around you. And you kind of get burnt out. You get desensitized to the madness that is a Far Cry game, and playing it around somebody who's like never played it, that was fun. It kind of made it feel more fresh. So yeah, you can get totally burnt out because you're just running around doing all this crazy shit, and after a while, it just kind of all looks the same. It's like Saints Row. Like after a while, Saints Row.
I just didn't find the characters of the story as engaging. Like I don't know what it is. I know a lot of people have problems. I know, yeah. I know, but that's what That's what I loved about Far Cry 3. It's like it might have been a bit of a stereotypical sort of, you know, predictable story in a sense, and the characters emotionally changed so quickly, and that may have been unbelievable. Their turn from like, hey, I'm an innocent guy to like total badass, but I related to it somehow. Like that Far Cry 3, like yes, the open world was great, and why I loved it was because of the open world and the hunting and just the freedom of it all and the sandbox of it. But that said, I enjoyed playing through the campaign. And with this latest one, with Far Cry, I find myself just like, oh, the missions, I don't know what it is. They're not grasping me. I don't care about the fucking bad guy. He's not in it enough. I don't find the dialogue all that interesting. I don't like the main character nearly as much as I like Brody or whatever his name was in Far Cry 3. I just don't give a shit.
Adrian Brody.
But I just don't give a shit about the people, the characters in the game. And like, as great as the sandbox is, and that stuff is improved, it's not enough for me to go like, now I really want to finish the campaign. I'm gonna do it because I just got to get it off my fucking list and say I finished it because I bought it. But you know, I don't know. The gameplay's good. I just think the story and the characters are definitely a step back from Far Cry 3 personally.
All I can say about that game is if they put on the back of the box that you can like do heroin and dress up like a mummy and fight bears and eagles, and also ride in go-karts with helicopter wings and play with guys who are just like people from Busta Rhymes videos. Like I would have bought that game.
Yeah. All right. So right around now is when we normally talk about the news. We can talk about news, or we can just kind of talk about fucking whatever. So does anybody have anything specific that they're like, no, we need to talk about this now?
There was all this GDC shit, but going on. But let's talk about that next week. I think
there was a lot happening, but I'm not up to date.
Yeah.
Well, also PAX is like what is today, the last day of PAX, or is?
Yeah, we're gonna have GDC and PAX to talk about next weekend.
Yeah, so let's cover it next week.
All right, cool. Sounds good to me. All right, well, why don't we talk about Rated M? Rated M for podcast. I'd like to hear how, like, what Rated M for podcast was like when you were discovering it from the people who weren't there from the start. So basically, not me and Rory. I know everybody here has like different experiences of how you kind of stumbled upon the show or how it was introduced to you. So I'd love to hear a little bit about that. And then if anybody's listening or watching, I can get comments. I see the comments that you comment on the video live as they happen. So drop some comments in, and I'd love to read those off. Also, if you want to join us, try to join in the hangout. Fuck it, let's go. Go for it. I don't know how to do that. Yeah,
make it a party.
We'll do that, bro. Why the fuck not? So I think the way you could do that is go find my Google Plus page. So I mean, you have
navigate that nebulous.
I did. I tried to find the podcast on
at the bottom right.
The link that you sent me, but
at the bottom right corner of the screen, there's a button that says links. So I'm gonna try to link out the event page, and hopefully that will be a Facebook group.
Get in here. Where's Bill?
I'm going to better late than never, but I'm going to broadcast this.
Why don't we hear from Brandon about, like, tell me about the first time you heard Rated M for podcast, learned about it. Like, how did that all go down for you?
Well, I think, like we said before we got in here, I think we all kind of migrated over from Podcast Unlocked from IGN. Right. I remember just a small group of you guys announcing in there that you're going to start your own deal, and tuning into the first show on YouTube and watching that. And, like I said earlier, I think I have a comment. It's one of the first, if not the first comment on the first YouTube video, and just started hanging out with you guys. I think about 6 months later, I got in on a podcast Evolved game night with you and David and Krista, Drew, and I think that was the first time we gamed together. Shortly after that, we were gaming together once a week or so and hanging out. Just kind of got involved, and in December got invited to get on Smartwatch and give my opinions on gaming and the division there, and that's been a lot of fun. I watch Rory stream as often as I can. Just a cool community, so I've had a great time. I was in from episode 1 and as a fan, and here I am on the 1-year anniversary show, so
that's
kind of
cool,
badass.
Right?
I'm loving it, guys.
Yeah, super badass.
Solid.
Awesome.
Love that.
Awesome.
He also beats
Phil.
Phil at contests on Rory's streams too.
I do. God damn it.
All
I
the
didn't get my
flavors in
Smash
the world,
Brothers
you
yet
chose
either.
to be salty.
So I gotta wait as long for my Smash
Oh
Brothers.
yeah, no, that's straight up.
Waiting for a shirt.
I forgot about that. I will send that out tomorrow.
See, I hooked you up, dude.
Threw it in his fucking
Dude,
Roman
save
shirt,
it.
man.
Save it. Give it to another viewer, man. Save
No
it.
way. Fuck
So-
that. You got it.
Give it to Phil. Give it to the runner-up. See how that feels.
So Phil learned about Rated M because of a contest that we had on Evolve, trying to promote our podcast Evolve Twitter that we had just made at the time. So you came in through the Halo side of the house, but tell me about how you kind of stumbled upon or got into the Rated M for podcast. Like when you listened to it, do you remember the first show you listened to? How did that all go down?
I mean, I listened to it basically right after, like you said, I won the Twitter contest, and then, we were kind of PMing back and forth on Facebook, and I was kind of like, hey, man, I'm thinking about starting my own podcast, or I actually believe I already had.
I think you already had, yeah. You had a couple episodes in.
Yeah, like 3 episodes in, and I was just like, well, let me bounce these ideas off this guy, he knows what he's doing, and I don't know. From there, you were like, yeah, well, we got this podcast too, and I just started checking it out. And I was never a big podcast listener beforehand, but, I listened to Podcasts Unlocked, and that was pretty much it. And now I have a whole smorgasbord to choose from. And, I'm into Halos, so it was just easy. And then, you were like, hey, well, the podcast you guys do is pretty fresh. Hey, we got this network we're trying to start, join up with us. And I was like, for sure, man. There was not even a thought in my head. I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Awesome.
And especially after listening to everybody, it was easy.
Gaming on Thrones has really changed a lot since you guys started up, and I think you've really kind of hit your stride, and I love where you guys are going with it now. It's really just this fucking off the wall.
Yeah.
Dude, you guys killed my headphones a couple days ago.
Yeah, it's
I don't know if
we're
it was
still
Rick or Saul. Somebody was screaming.
Yeah, we're still working through some of the audio issues and equipment issues. I mean, like we all kind of deal with, we're struggling with. We just start out and you just do with what you have, and and I'm still learning how to edit and do all that kind of fun stuff. So, but yeah, man, our podcast is like I say in the new intro it's the rawest podcast you're gonna hear. Sometimes we'll be way fucking off topic, and it's just okay. Another part of this network, Colin Perkins basically said it best, because I was struggling. I was like, man, should we clean stuff up? Should we make it a little bit more like Rated M and kind of just try and stay on topic and talk about games? And he's like, no, man, what you guys do is different from Rated M, and that's why you need to keep it, because this network didn't need another Rated M.
No, we don't need that was something that I struggled with when we did start talking about putting you guys on the channel. I was like, or on the network, I was like, I have a hard time because I want you guys, but I was having a hard time trying to figure out what it is you do versus what it is we do, and I think that's because the way we started, we were just going to get together and talk about video games. Like Rory and I and all the guys, Rob and Sean, we didn't know what the fuck we were going to do. We just talk about video games. So when, you guys come along, it really made me think about, okay, well, what is Rated M supposed to be? What is Rated M for podcast supposed to be? And, I think anybody that we all look up to or we pay attention to will tell you it's all about personalities. So it doesn't matter what you're talking about. Everybody has their own personalities, and that's what gives podcasts their appeal.
Exactly.
If you put it right. And what you guys do is perfect. and you do end up covering a lot of topics that we don't talk about, like Nintendo or PC or whatever. Like,
yeah, we do a lot of PC. We hope to get more Nintendo in there. I have a friend that lives in Vietnam that really wants to be our Nintendo affiliate.
Nice.
So
reporting it live from Vietnam.
Yeah, man. So
We have Nintendos.
it's a 12-hour time difference. So this might be difficult, but
Yeesh.
maybe we can pre-record
Reporting
it.
in from Vietnam. As it turns out, we actually have Amiibo.
We have Amiibos. We have a bunch of Little Macs. They sent them here on accident.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Well,
it's been great, man. It's been awesome. It's been a fun ride, and it's very cool how this network has basically started and is still feeling like just straight up is a community, like a neighborhood.
Yeah.
I didn't know any of you guys from Adam, and now I feel like I can just send you pictures of myself building a fire pit in the backyard. Like, I'm like, hey,
Hell yeah,
dude, look what I'm doing, like,
or your McFlurry.
Or
from
of your
last night.
McFlurry, yeah.
or a drunken Oreo McFlurry. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. That's what it's all. I think ultimately, when I was trying to come up with that and be like, well, what the fuck are we? When we started making the network, started making the website, I was like, I don't know. What's our mission statement? Do we even have a fucking mission? I think the whole network vibe.
Isn't the mission just to be fucking awesome and talk about games? That's the mission, man.
Yeah, that's the secret recipe.
Accomplished.
Yes, I think the neighborhood analogy that Phil, you always say it. Like we're Rated M. The podcasts themselves feel like when you listen to them, you're talking to your friends about whatever happened. Like, did you see that Mortal Kombat trailer? Holy shit, that shit was fucking crazy. And just like having that, but connecting to people that might not be able to just go down the street and talk to their friends, or might not have anybody to talk to. Like, I think that was kind of the point. That's why I started podcasting in the first place. I didn't have, friends here. I had a lot of failed starts of like trying to get people around me to do that stuff. And I got really close with Capital City Gamers with Alex. And I think once we got things established, it's really worked. And so luckily, whatever we started doing with Sean and Rob and all that stuff, it just fucking worked. So Alex,
Yes.
Hey baby girl,
Hey,
how you doing?
all right. You know me.
Yeah. So Alex knows me. Alex and me go way back. But tell me about how you saw Rated M kind of start in like your point of view.
So
Leading up to today.
yeah.
Tell me every
So
day. Tell me how that journey went. Tell me about it.
this was so
Words
we had started.
Words and the.
Fucker. That's really good.
Jesus.
All right, let's all
So-
just start talking over each other. Okay.
Yeah, let's just do that. This is great
Okay, nice.
podcasting.
Nice story. Okay, moving on, Alex.
All right.
All right, good story. Short story, Alex. Nice one. No, Drew and I had been doing this thing called Capital City Gamers, where we tried to do pretty much exactly what Rated M ended up becoming, but I wouldn't say we failed, but it kind of fell apart on us. And Drew and I stayed in contact after that. This was a few years ago, and Drew and I stayed in contact after that. Throughout the whole time, and he kind of went on to Rated M, and I got really busy with work and kids and everything else, and kind of stepped back into the shadows. I think every once in a while,
Fucking vigilante.
listen, I am the hero that this city needs.
Not
But
that
no,
it deserves.
Drew, a couple times Drew would ask me for like help with something or bounce an idea off of me or something like that. But that was really about it. And then I guess what was it, like October, November, or something like that?
Yeah.
Drew wanted me to be on the show, and so that was really cool. Like, I didn't participate a whole lot with the network before that, because I just had so much else going on as far as keeping up with social media and like other people.
Did you get a chance to listen to much of it before then though? Like I never knew if you were catching any of the shows or if you were like the live stuff. I feel like you dropped that for
Yeah.
some of the early live
I was
stuff.
there
Hey
for a lot of
guys,
the live stuff.
just to jump in, Rancid Beast on Twitch wants to join the hangout. Drew was saying, hey, if you want to join the hangout.
I don't know.
We don't know
there's a
how.
link-
We don't know.
Send it to our Facebook group. There's a link to the event in our Facebook group.
Roy, I'll
That
PM
might
you the
work.
link.
Here,
Huh?
here. Maybe wait. I can do this. I can do this. Maybe.
Maybe.
This is going smooth. This is so
You need
smooth.
it.
All
You
right.
need it.
Maybe
Roy,
this
you
podcast.
need
Your
pizza, bro.
anniversary.
They got
But anyway,
Yes, go
I know. I
ahead.
need a fucking nap.
Yeah, but as it was, I jumped in on some of the live stuff. I remember most notably like some of the pre-Destiny hype was when I really started like every week showing up.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then like every once in a while beforehand, it would be like, oh, I'm at home and nothing's going on. Oh, Drew's going live with that thing he's doing. I'll pop in there and chat with him. But yeah, it wasn't until towards the end of last year that I got on with the show and got more active with the network. And the growth just in the last 6 months or so that I've seen has been like exponential. I mean, it's been crazy. And I'm super excited to see it go further. Like I didn't think that I would be involved in something that is this regular and this this fulfilling in a weird way, because I really enjoy the fact that we can get together and talk, and that's really what I feel like I'm doing every week is like, oh, I'm going to go down and it's like having a poker night for me. It's like I'm going to go down and hang out with the guys. But the cool thing is that like there are actually other people in the world who want to hear this stuff, which is like mind-blowing to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. I'm really excited to be here and just looking forward to more of it. Lots of it.
Hey, Tunde, welcome, man. Can you hear us? You got a mic?
Dude, look at Tunde's picture.
Testing. Got Super Saiyan going.
Yeah, baby.
I clicked on it. It's not showing the picture. I'm trying to show his picture. But
I see it. He's got a picture. Yeah, it's screaming Goku, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's Vegeta, actually.
Tunde.
Excuse
us.
I'm sorry.
Hey, look, man. Hey, look. I'm just saying.
Difference.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, Tunde, it looks like you're muted. Unmute. Let me see if I can hear you, man.
This is.
It's on the Google thing. I have a hard time with Google Hangouts too. Too many buttons.
Google Hangouts is
By the way, guys, we are live on Twitch after all as well. It joined in late to the podcast, but I got us up there. So if you're hanging out on Twitch, there's a few people hanging out there right now on the Rated M for Podcast Twitch channel. Welcome. This is our 1-year anniversary show of Rated M for Podcast. So
yes.
we're hanging out.
Hey, hi everybody.
No structure today.
Got wacky sound clips.
Well, so if you are just tuning
We need
in,
the gong.
is your wife joining us with the
It looks like it.
Hey, girl.
Heather? Everyone wants Heather. How do you feel about Rated M for Podcast?
Joined in late to the podcast, but I got us up.
Oh,
I think Ren, turn down the Twitch. Turn down the Twitch volume. Welcome.
That's like
Lord.
It's like when someone.
What is going on?
Oh my god.
It's like when someone
Total
calls
fucking
into
sound
a radio
inception.
program. Somebody calls into a radio program and they like they have the speakers on. All right, I'm gonna mute here.
Welcome to the live show.
Hey, wait a minute. Who's this girl?
That was Heather.
Rory. That's Alex's
Clickbait.
wife or girlfriend.
Clickbait.
Whatever.
Take off your shirt. That's how we do it in Rated M.
Jesus Christ. Look at your face right now.
I mean, if we gotta come about these clothes.
All right. Well, we got to remember people are probably going to listen to this also. So let's keep this rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry
I
for
wanted
you
to talk
audio
about-
only people.
Jesus. Yeah.
We've talked a little bit about like how we got started in the past, but since this is our 1 year, I feel like this could be our official recording of like how things really kicked off. I talked about this a little bit around the new year, but I don't know if everybody even caught that or what the fuck or whatever. So the way we started was just I got in touch with a couple guys from the Podcast Unlocked Facebook group, like we were talking about earlier, and I just said, hey, let's fucking do a Google Hangout and talk about video games and see what happens. And while we were doing that, I hit broadcast and didn't tell them. And so then that like started live broadcasting, and I linked it out, and a bunch of people tuned in. And we just talked about some fucking video games for a while, like crazy people on the internet. And it turns out people liked it. And we didn't even have a name. Dude, do you remember like any of the shit that
I
we
do.
were...
I was gonna say we didn't have a name, but you're right, we didn't at the beginning. We were all like, "Wait a minute!" And then Drew, I think, was like Rated M Podcast, and then we had this big debate of, "Wait, do we try and be smart and funny and call it Rated M4 Podcast because it makes no sense?" But like that's the ratings board, and it's funny. I was just thinking about it the other day where I was like, "We made the right call," but then normally I would say that, but just the other day I was like, "Rated M for Podcast." That's stupid. Then I was like, "Okay."
I think it's brilliant. I think it's brilliant.
Stupidly brilliant.
Shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Is that Tunde? Is that you, Tunde?
Okay, guys, can you hear me now?
I think so. What's up, man?
Yeah, not much. How's it going for you guys?
Pretty good. Hey, so we were
Good.
talking before about how people stumbled upon the show and like how they got introduced to it, what they thought of it when they found it and stuff. So can you tell us a little bit about how you found us, what you think about all that, their things and stuff? Questions?
Okay. Well, I guess how I found you guys was that actually through the podcast Unlock group.
Yeah.
I think. So like I think I remember like a while ago, like last year around E3, you guys posted like, oh hey, we're doing a podcast called Rated for Podcast. I think I started listening like a little bit after E3 when you had one they had guys from Polaris on.
Yeah, we had Matt Danovic from Polaris on.
Yeah, I think that was the first episode that I listened to just in my car. So.
Nice. Yeah, that was leading up to I think that was right before Gamescom, right? Because we were that episode we were talking about what was going to happen at Gamescom. So you've been listening since then?
Yeah. Ever since then, I've been listening.
Have you? What do you usually listen on? Do you usually listen live, like when we did the live show? Do you listen on YouTube, iTunes? What do you use?
I try to listen live when I can, but usually I usually do it through iTunes on my iPhone while I'm driving.
Nice.
So.
Well, stop the show, everybody. We have a fucking celebrity here.
Yeah.
No, everybody, this is a party, man. Everybody get in here.
Bill,
Well, fucking legs are wide open. You're all welcome.
Can you guys hear me?
We sure
Can, certainly.
Okay, super.
Bill, you've been with us from the very beginning, man.
Yes.
How did that happen? I don't even remember how you found us. Was
you
it the
contacted me? You wanted to interview me.
Okay, there's no surprise right there. Drew hounding people on the internet.
Yeah,
Drew's like you, strange man, come to me.
You've been listening before then, though, right?
Yeah, I'm getting some background noise that's driving me crazy. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Hey, guys, not to alarm you, but the girl is back.
Oh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
What's up, Heather?
Do you like my Skylanders headphones? I stole them from my 2-year-old.
Did you beat him up?
Wait, he's 3 now. No, I killed him.
He's dead. That's a dead kid right there.
I can't wait to have kids. So I can
Don't archive this.
Just kidding, he's asleep. Pinky promise.
I just got really
tape. You're going directly to prison.
I like Bob's Burgers in the window. It's great.
Yeah.
Well, Heather, what do you think about all this ridiculous shit?
Whatever.
Good interview.
Yeah,
This is actually the first one I've listened to.
get out of here.
Happy anniversary.
Score.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Bill, I did interview you, but you had already been listening before that, right? So did you see us in the Unlock group also, or how did that work out?
I don't remember, just to be honest with you. I remember you contacted me, and I remember listening since the first episode. Actually, it was episode 0.
Yeah,
and,
it was.
I don't know I get mixed up on the times, whether it was before or after I started making obnoxious comments to you. Who is this crazy old man? I figured it's what your reaction was, and you wanted to interview me, and so that's how it all started. Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, it's been great, huh? I'm glad to see you. You look great.
Well, thanks, man.
You do. It's
Yeah.
been
Hey,
hard,
what about
hard
the rest
few
of
weeks
us,
for
William?
you?
Come on.
The rest of you look like crap, except for what a thing to say. I'm sorry.
Rory's
I'm
looking
sorry.
like Texas
Except
Mike.
for Heather. Heather.
Rory.
Heather looks great. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
But it's been a great year. I hope it gets bigger and bigger for you guys. Yeah.
Well, you've been a great support, so I mean, if anything comes of this, it's definitely with your help. So we definitely appreciate all that shit.
Thanks, Bill.
Hey,
Yeah.
so, Rory, I wanted to
That's
ask, like, since you've been here since the beginning, what's your favorite memory so far of what we've been doing with Rated M? So you can't include Red Eye Games Live.
Oh,
Or tonight.
You're gonna have to come back to me then. You know what? It's the simple things. Honestly, it's just being able to. And I've mentioned this to you guys before, but it's your first time listening. Here you go. It's just a simple fact that like the friends that I hang out with outside of work and such, a lot of them aren't gamers. They're not really into that stuff. My girlfriend, she's a sweetheart. She'll put up with me rambling about exciting things that I see, but she's not interested either. And I love the fact that I can show up, like Alex said, just weekly and nerd out about this shit. And even if it's only an hour a week, I can show up and just talk about fucking video games and get super dweeby and nerdy and passionate about it. And that's my favorite thing, like, overall, is just that. It's the interactivity of it. It's meeting up every single week and having you guys and the greater community on Facebook, whether it be on Facebook, on Twitch, and the YouTube channels, whatever, just to interact with and talk games. It's been awesome, and this year alone, I've made more friends online than I have in the entirety of the internet up until that point. You know what I mean? Like, I had met a lot of random people online, and they come and go, but because of Rated M and the Facebook and the podcast, and now all the other podcasts, including a lot of the guys that are on tonight with us, I've been making what I would consider to be like genuine friends, and I could see the friendships like lasting for years. So that's hands down my favorite thing about Rated M for Podcast, about Rated M Gaming Network as a whole. The whole thing is just the friendships and meeting up with people on a weekly basis and nerding out judgment free. I love it.
Yes,
Right on,
judgment
man.
free, I think, is the cool part, right?
Yeah.
Like, not having to feel guilty about, like, I think one of the things that drove me to try to connect with people online, and then they gave me the confidence to want to talk on the fucking internet, like in front of people about this stuff, was that feeling of just finding someone who actually cares as much as I do about whatever we're talking about. Like I'll go to GameStop because I'm in the mall, and I'll just stop by and see those guys and be like, "Hey, did you guys see that trailer for that Division game or whatever?" And they'll be like, "Yeah, I saw something about that," and I'll be like, "Oh, well, what they're doing is this," and I'll just explain all the stuff, and you can kind of see them glaze over. They're like, "That's cool, man. I just work here because I wanted free games." Like they don't give a shit. They're not really interested. But then when I started finding communities like Podcast Unlocked and like even the Comedy Button group, which of all places, like those people get really passionate about anything you bring up, and I think that's just awesome. And so for us to be able to even be slightly responsible to provide a place and to help people connect and get involved in stuff with people who actually care, I mean, that's what's really blown me away. And the fact that we're doing it with fucking people worldwide is just I don't even, that makes no sense to me. All right, it looks like Caleb's joining us from Smartwatch. Caleb, you're muted right now. If you can unmute yourself and then
Or
Tell
not,
us
whatever.
what-
We don't care.
I got it. I figured it out.
There he is.
Hey,
Technology.
We've been talking about how each of us have found Rated M for Podcast, and like when you found us, what led you to finding Rated M for Podcast? How'd you like it? Why'd you stick around? That type of thing.
I found Rated M for Podcasts. I found you. That's
Yeah.
what happened. I
Yeah.
found you due to Guardian Radio, and we were
That's
in
right.
the chat, and then I think you mentioned something about who wants to do a podcast, and at the time I was like, I do, and then nothing happened because I think you actually found other people through Unlocked and whatnot. And then I got the inspiration to do Smartwatch, and I was like, who else would be interested in that? And then I was like, oh, let me look up Drew, and I found Rated M that way. And I started listening, and I listened to your first episode, which was not like typical of what the show ended up becoming at all.
No.
I know.
No.
I'm really sorry that we could not live up to that first episode, but no.
That thing is bananas. Like,
It is.
what's that guy's name? He is crazy. I can't remember. his
Rob?
name.
Rob.
Rob the goat. Wow.
Rob the goat.
Yeah.
He's got to be arrested, right? He's in jail somewhere.
No comment.
I still see him on Facebook all the time.
Oh, okay, that's good. I'm glad
Yeah, he's around. Yeah.
he's alive.
He's always saying crazy things on Facebook.
Yeah,
It's all
yeah.
about his ham sandwiches, guys. Ham sandwiches.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so I was gonna ask, Bill. You said you usually catch us live, but what do you primarily use to listen to the show?
Just my PC. I use it on my. I like to listen to it on my 39-inch television set. Don't like to do it on small.
Do you go to the website? Like when we don't do it live, do you actually go to the website and stream it?
Yeah, I go to the website and it just has a little
download button.
Yeah, and I just do it that way, and I just sit here and listen to it. I miss being able to comment live though. I used to enjoy that.
Well, I think this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to at least bring back live shows semi-regularly. They might not be live every week.
Yeah, I miss that. I really do.
Yeah, we might be doing it once a month because what we did was, when we transitioned, we'll talk a little bit about the history of that, Rory. Like we started off live just because that was the only way I knew how to put something on the internet. I was like, well, there's this thing called Google Hangouts, and they have this thing where it goes to YouTube. Literally what we're doing right now. This is how we did the first episode. And then over time, we decided that we really wanted to try to put it on iTunes, and then I had to figure out how to fucking make a website and put shit on a website and do all this stuff. And eventually, we were streaming to Twitch, and then that changed us over to Skype, and then we realized that people weren't really tuning into a lot of those, and we wanted to try to be flexible with our times, and it just all kind of happened slowly, right? It just all changed slowly, but I think we've gotten really good. I think we've gotten some chops now where we can do this, and then we can still have a good quality audio podcast and still put things on iTunes and stuff. We've just been learning.
Well, now we're a little bit more set up. We've got a few different things running. We can record stuff separately. We're not just taking the Google Hangout audio now. We can record separate tracks. And speaking to what you're saying, William, about missing the live shows, and Drew was saying that we're thinking about getting back into it, and we are. We've had discussions internally about it because we started that way, and there's something about a live show that kind of just brings a little bit of a spark and an energy to it, and a little spontaneity to it, and there's an energy there, and we did admittedly back away from it because it was we're stuck on this schedule, and I don't mean stuck in a bad way, but we were locked into the schedule to be live every week so that our viewers could hang out there. But the reality is, we would, for the live shows, it would be a handful of people, so we were really locking in our lives in a sense for just a handful of people, which was a minuscule amount of the greater population that was listening to the show. So we decided, let's back off from that then a little bit so that we can have a controlled experience and record them separately. But we've been talking about it recently because I got to admit, it's just there's something missing when you from doing it the standard way compared to a live show. There's just something about that raw energy you get with people hanging out live, and it's broadcasted, and what you're saying is there. You can't edit it out, and it's a lot of fun. So we'll definitely get back to doing some live broadcasts for sure.
So one of my favorite parts about kind of that experience of learning, okay, well, how do we change this? How do we go not live and this and that? It was we finally got the audio hurdle, because we had so many fucking audio issues that the first few months. One of my favorite episodes ever, the one that Bill was on, the one with Kale Anonymous. Yeah. Bill got to tell his story about fucking arresting Ozzy Osbourne. That episode sounds like shit. It sounds fucking terrible. It's really hard to listen to because it's such a great show, and there's such a great conversation there. Kale is really just jumping in and being friendly and really just livening up the place and stuff, and we just had so much fun. And then it's really hard to go back and listen to because it just sounds like shit. So I feel like we've come a long way as far as helping the show sound better. And now we can kind of go back to having that energy and stuff. It's been a lot of fun for me just to kind of learn all the different options and processes and stuff. I think one of the biggest frustrations so far is we have no fucking clue how many people listen to our show. Legitimately no idea. There's all these fake numbers that Squarespace gives me on the back end. We're 3,000 people tuned in this month. Really? I don't know. Sure. Fuck if I know. Sounds accurate. Why not? But that's kind of a frustration because I really want anybody who listens to Radio Info Podcast or Gaming on Thrones or Smartwatch or any of that stuff to feel like part of a community, because I think that's the biggest appeal of what we do. We all connect, we all play together, we all fucking chat together and make each other laugh every week, and I really just want anybody who likes our stuff to know that they're part of that. If you're not on our Facebook group, you don't follow us on Twitter, or you're not playing video games with us every week, that doesn't mean we don't want you to. That just means we haven't connected yet, and you're all completely welcome to join us. Unless you're an asshole, and then if you're an asshole, like fuck off.
I think I can.
GTFO.
I think I can speak for everyone when I say like community involvement helps us do our jobs. It's so much easier to do a podcast when you have people joining in and asking questions and participating. It's going to be a better show overall.
It is. It just gives you that little bit of reassurance too that like you're doing something that's worthwhile in a sense, right? Like it sucks when you're you're pouring passion into something and months later you feel like nobody's listening to it, nobody's seeing it, and even just getting that little bit of engagement from the community from time to time, it's amazing. And that's what these things exist for, is communities. You can't do something like this in today's age with social media and not interact with your audience. Like, it's dead. It's dead in the water if you're not reaching out and interacting with people. We just don't live in that world anymore. You've got to reach out and interact with people.
And it's so easy. It's so easy.
Yeah. So Tunde, we see you now. We got you on the video here.
Finally got my webcam working there. I had to reinstall my drivers. Like, what's going on?
Oh, that's awesome. So
you
Tunde,
look nothing like Goku.
Wait. So I was gonna say he doesn't look like Goku. Okay.
You don't look like Goku.
I dream to be, I mean, in Xenoverse, I kind of look like Goku, but.
Oh fuck! Now we're gonna start talking about this.
Good to see your boy. Good to see your face, Tunde. You've been hanging out for a long time with us. It's nice to officially, properly meet, like face to face.
Yeah. So Alex. Of all the Rated M stuff that you've participated in, oh great, I click Alex and then he just goes black. What happened? Alex,
he's there.
Frozen?
I'm here. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, well, cool.
The stream just cut out for a second for me. Now it's back to normal.
Of all of your experience with Rated M for podcasts, what's your favorite thing so far that you've experienced in the community or on the show or any of that?
Definitely our staff meetings. Those are my favorite. Because our staff meetings are great, and a lot of the listeners don't even know that they go on, I think. But they do once a month. We all get together and we get on Skype and we discuss our plan of action for the next month and stuff. But it always just evolves into just yelling and memes and just
it's a bunch of dick
noises.
Jokes, yeah.
I would publish those, but they're super offensive. They're beyond rated.
Oh, they're so bad, but it's still great though because it's I don't want to say that the persona that we put forth for the shows is fake or an act or anything, but there is a little bit of restraint because you are putting yourself in front of people who are going to listen to it.
It's the public, right?
People.
Yeah, we don't want to get arrested.
My show.
It's how you act in the store versus how you act at home for most people. I mean, for me, there's no difference.
Yeah.
But during the staff meeting, that's my favorite part because I get to hang out and just kind of BS with friends, and it's great. I love that.
That's awesome. What about you, Phil?
Staff meetings.
Rated M things so far.
Yeah, man, staff meetings are up there.
Jesus.
I think
I gotta attend one of these staff meetings.
No, I'll go different.
You really should, Rory.
It's
kind of important.
So my favorite thing was when you actually contacted me to be a guest host on Podcast Evolved.
Oh, right.
Because I was like, man, I love playing Halo, but I don't know much about the lore, and I was all kind of nervous about it. And then I was like, this is I made it. I'm a guest star on another show.
I made it.
I've done it.
Mom.
Yeah, I called my wife all excited. She's like, all right, cool. I'm like, all right.
Call your boss and quit your job.
I gotta go home early.
Understand? I get to talk about Halo on the internet.
Yeah, so that was my favorite moment thus far. And I don't know, but there's going to be more to come because the pregame's coming. So
hell yeah, man! Baby. Pregame. Hey, Caleb, what's your favorite Rated M memory or event or thing that you've participated in so far?
It's all those weird shirtless selfies you send them.
Yeah, exactly. All the stuff in the staff chat that it's bad.
Oh Jesus!
Except for actually, it's probably worse because the images that have been put in my mind thanks to that chat are. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I'm sitting in places that I should be doing things like working and going oh my god. If anybody saw my phone right now, I think I might get fired.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's a sense of community that we really have got going that it's positive. when we see negativity, we really try to squash it and bring it back up to another level that is
Fuck
appropriate.
trolls.
Yeah,
Fuck
no
trolls.
no, people. There's been some people that have tried to get involved or actually promote themselves, I should say, without really getting involved. And I wish that if people would just play ball with
I'm
us.
sorry, Caleb. I said I was sorry, okay? Be at the next meeting. God damn it.
Rory, if you would just get involved. Okay?
Let's get involved, Rory. You gotta attend one of these meetings sometime and actually know what's going on.
Show some dedication, Rory. Come on. You've only been with us for a year.
I know.
Brandon, what's your favorite rated M memory, man?
Just how I got involved. This is a network with gamers that actually game and play and interact with each other and enjoy hanging out and talking to each other. It goes beyond just the staff stuff. If you're in our Facebook group and if you're watch the streams, watch the shows, whatever, get involved with that Facebook group especially, because we're going to game with you. Get your gamer tag in there and let's play together and let's hang out and let's get more people involved. That's what happened with me, and that's my favorite part about this whole thing, is that we're just a group of friends that game together and do this shit that's awesome and talk about games and hang out.
Amen.
So, hell yeah, dude.
All right. So, Tunde, you've been with us for a little while now. What's your favorite thing that you've experienced?
I guess my favorite thing is being part of the live streams, just like having Rory just put in like wacky trailers or videos where you guys are like trying to get something ready or something.
There's a lot of trying to get shit ready on our shows.
Yeah, most of our shows are just that. I was trying to get ready. That's.
All right. Well,
That's actually
hey,
what this is. We'll start the podcast in a minute.
Heather, what's your favorite experience in the rated M stuff?
Yeah, Heather, you can stop looking at your phone now, by the way. You've had your head buried for like 20 minutes straight.
It's not my phone. I'm doing my Learn to Use Excel homework for my information technology course.
Get that homework out of here.
I thought you were reviving the dead kid.
My favorite rated M moment, I don't know, is that time you came to my house and we played Mario Kart together, rated M moment.
Sure.
That counts.
Hey, no, we did. Didn't we do? What was that? We had Mike Tompkins with us, I think.
Yeah,
that night?
that was the Destiny.
That was
Destiny launch.
That was
what happened to Michael Tompkins?
That was after Destiny.
That was We the Nerdy. Mike came over for We the Nerdy for the Destiny launch. That was fucking nuts. I got pulled over.
That was a crazy night, man. That was a crazy night.
About time.
Heather was like, "There's a cop. What happened?"
No, Mike comes back and he's like, "Drew and Alex got pulled over, and I've been drinking, and
We
I
didn't even
not
move.
deal with
Yeah,
that."
we were all shit house
Wait,
handlers.
didn't you give like life advice to the cop too, or something like that?
What did I say to the cop?
Just like you copped a tater.
You probably sent him a shirtless
Oh no,
picture.
they wanted to. They wanted to. They were like, "Hey, do you mind if we use your car as a test thing for these drug sniffing dogs?" And I was like, "Yeah, I got no.
no.
Fucking sure, why not?"
Dude, Drew looked over at me, and by the way, like we're both. Well, Drew was kind of drunk. I was like mega shit faced, and Drew looks over to me, and he's just like, "Don't worry, I've had to deal with these type of assholes before." And I was like, "I fucking hope so."
Classic.
And then the best part was the guy, the like clearly shady as fuck dude that was sitting in the passenger seat in the car directly in front of us, like with his door open, just kind of like leaning into his seat, just laying there.
God.
And I was like, "What the fuck is that guy doing?"
As soon as the cops left, he was like.
Scared away.
Anyway,
Yeah,
rated
that-
M moments.
That counts, sure, why not?
The Raptors in the street.
Bill, what's your favorite rated M moment? I mean, I feel like I know what yours should be, but I want to know what yours is. What's the favorite? Your favorite thing?
I think that when we did the show with Kale and that was just. But I have to say, the way you guys always so energetically talk about the games, all the different games, whether I like a game or not, you guys make it all exciting, and that's a moment that is a continuing moment. That's every from one podcast to another.
Hell
And
yeah,
if
man.
you can count that as a favorite, I guess I would say that. But
Yeah.
there's many favorite moments. Too many. You know.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Awesome. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Well, Rory ran away. I don't know what happened to Rory.
He's coming.
And I gotta say, real quick, what watching you play Forza, completely drunk, running into every car, that was awesome.
Listen, that's not much different from how he actually drives.
Oh my God.
Hard it is to flip a car in Forza.
Yeah.
Like it's really hard because it's pretty real physics. I mean, those are heavy cars.
I
You
remember
should have
asking you, do you think you can hit every car in the race?
Twice.
Yeah.
I can hit him going forward and backwards. I'm good. I'm real good.
That was fun. That was fun, though, really.
That's awesome. Well, I think we're gonna wrap up the show. I wanted to say some of my favorite stuff. I think one of my favorite things was being part of the 24-hour live stream with the Destiny community for what was the first one? Was it
Extra Life?
Yeah.
Extra Life last year? Because they just did one. We just did one a couple weeks
Extra
ago.
Life was the first one. Into last
But that
year.
Extra Life live stream was really fucking cool. Just to be part of that. I think also being like tweeting Marcus Beer and having like, yeah, sure, I'll be on your show, and having fucking Marcus Beer on the show was pretty crazy.
That was a good show too.
And then I think the first time like seeing like rated him for podcasts on iTunes and just being like, this thing that we made, that we did, is now like on the internet forever.
It's a consumable by the product. Like it's there. People can get this thing.
And if you look on iTunes, like there are podcasts. This is kind of a frustrating thing that some of us podcasters are aware of. Like we talked about this with Gabe a couple weeks ago. Once you get on iTunes, like you're there forever. They don't curate that shit. If there's a podcast that hasn't been updated or downloaded or whatever in years, it just stays there, and so it's really hard to get up past those, even though.
Oh, that's too bad. There should definitely be like a inactivity sort of like level where it's like if you haven't updated or posted a new podcast in 6 months maybe, it's like you're off and you have to resubmit. And
it's not like that.
If you came swinging out of the gates in 2007 and had decent ratings because there were like 5 people on iTunes,
still there.
You're still fucking
on
number
the
3.
top.
That's all it is.
But to see us up there is just so fucking cool. And then to have made so many friends who are also doing great things. I mean, shout outs to CJ, went on to do Always On podcast. Those guys are great. They've had fucking developers on their show and stuff. I mean, they're doing
they
awesome
just
stuff
had
for the
Mike
Xbox podcast.
Micah was on there recently, which was a good grab.
Yeah, and then Sean doing things over at We the Nerdy, and it's just so cool to have like kind of cross paths with people and like watch where they go and keep in touch and like see how everybody's grown. When just over a year ago, I didn't fucking know any of you fools except for Alex, and like I kind of knew Heather a little bit. I knew you a little bit. I don't think did we have that weird goofy Kumbaya CCG thing where everybody came down and got drunk as shit?
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. When Starbuck put a massive bruise on the back of both of my calves. Yeah.
Yeah, Heather got assaulted by like a 300-pound husky.
And then Kyle fucked Samus in half.
These are all true life things that happen. CCG was the Wild West, man. That was a great thing.
That was so dumb. It's CCG. It's so funny because we say CCG failed, but honestly, it just went the way it would have gone if all of us lived next to each other. But we live all over the world, so we would never get anything done. All right, but Rory's yawning, so I think it's time to go.
It's been a long fucking day, but a great day. A great day of streaming.
Every single fucking person that tuned in to our live streams all day. Every person who has ever listened to us on YouTube, Twitch, iTunes, follow us on Twitter, checked us out on Facebook. All of RIP, all the people who've been involved with the show and moved on to do other things, except for Laney because he died, and just whoever is listening to this. Thanks for your help and thanks for your support, and we will see you guys next week.
Thanks
everybody.
Take care.
Thanks, guys.
Boosh.
Later.
Let's go play video games.
Yay!